welcome back, and thanks for coming back. Where are we? Downtown Paphos, that's where we are. It's actually the Universal area. So there's a couple of people who've got properties in here, we understand that. One of them, one of our superstars, Mr. Ronnie Miller, well, he lives just over in the yonder to the left. If you wiggle and waggle a little bit, there's an apartment complex, and that's where he resides when he comes to downtown Paphos. He's one of our superstars on the sofa, and of course he's in charge of law and order. On the other arm of the sofa, of course, Viking Ronnie, yes, all the way up in Denmark, but of course originally he comes from just over the waters, just over the blue Mediterranean Sea, and he comes from downtown Israel. There we are. So we're going to go down this one-way street, although some of the locals don't understand that it's one way, or as they'll tell you, well, we're only going one way. There we go. Right, talking about superstars on the internet, by the way, we've got some of our family members who've got YouTube channels. We've got Andrew and Mart, they're in Paphos as we speak, and you will have seen them on video, that's for sure. Superstars, and they like to wiggle and waggle in and around Norfolk. Yes, Miss Watching Receiver Booth has a little bit of a pronunciation problem with that word, as we understand, but hopefully you find it funny and amusing, that's for sure. So like I say, they're in downtown Paphos, and again, they've got a YouTube channel. Pop it in the search bar, Andrew and Mark, and you're going to find them driving in and around Norfolk, and I find them fascinating, and I understand that quite a few other people do. So give them a little bit of time, and I'm sure their channel is going to grow to great heights, and you're going to get some great information from Mr. Mart and some absolute rubbish from Miss Andrea, just like me. There we go. Right, she's like a partner in crime for me. Every time I bump into her, she makes me laugh, that's for sure. She's a character amongst characters. Now, who else is on the sofa? Well, like I say, we've got the Ronnie on each arm, and of course, sitting in the middle, the girl in charge of pretty much everything, you know, titles, demotations, promoting you, head removal services, that kind of thing. The one and only Dame Anne, superstar, residing all the way over in Hartlepool in the UK. And good morning to you, Dame Anne. Hopefully you're feeling that little bit better. And Dizzy Blonde, if you're watching, if you're stuck in a traffic jam in and around Manchester, look at the state of this road. These are potholes that are trying to eat, well, several cars. They're very, very hungry indeed. That is for sure. Now, the girls are, well, they're ramping it up in the kitchens. You've got Miss Nessie and, of course, the girl in charge, Miss Vivian, and she's got her two little partners in crime. Well, they're not that little, actually, but you've got the Lords, Lord Jeremy and Lord Simon. Forgive the camera work, but I'm pretty sure you understand that the road, well, it's eating this poor car. It is eating this Honda HR-V alive. But luckily, it's a very, very good and a very, very reliable car indeed. And this is the mode of transport at the moment. We've bought this car, and well, we're looking for a buyer at the end of the day. We buy them, we flip them, and of course we sell them. So where are we? We're wiggling and waggling towards the lower end of the street that would take you up into the old town. In a moment it will all be revealed. This road we're about to join here is Russian Road. That's what it's called to us locals anyway, Russian Road. And we're going to go right, and we're going to come out at the crossroads, if you understand. And if you were to go right, you would go up to the old town. If you were to go left, you would go down to the Paphos Mall roundabout. But we're going to go straight over. Why are we doing this wiggle and waggle? Well, we're missing all the traffic because we're heading out towards Peyia. Yes, that's where we're actually going. So Paphos, wiggling and waggling through the, well, mid-centre area, should we say, and we're going to come out eventually on the Tomb of the Kings Road. Then we're going to go through Clorica, Lower Clorica that is. Then we're going to go through Lower Casoniga. Then we're going to kiss the coastline before we hit the Coral Bay area, and that will be Peyia. So sit back and relax and enjoy the drive. My little partner in crime, he's sitting next to me, young Kenny. He's 4 years of age now, and he is in charge of all the navigation. So if we get it wrong, blame him. And then I will have a word with his dad, Paul Roberts, and his mum, Miss Nicole, all the way from Crete. And one of these days we're going to go to Crete, by the way, and I'm going to find that Cretian driver. I'm going to buy a faster car, and I'm going to outrun him and make, well, not better videos than him, but faster videos than him. Now, I want to do a very, very special shout out to some very, very special people. It's a day or so late, we understand that bit, but the end of the day, they had a very, very special anniversary on Valentine's Day, which is a couple of days ago, as we understand. And of course they are, well, my cousin, King James, his queen, Queen Karina, and of course, the one and only Princess Darling. So, there we are. Hit the wrong controls, should we say. There we are. When you're not used to driving this car, you get the controls back to front. This is a Japanese import, if you understand me. I know that means nothing to you, I know that. But if this was a British imported car, the indicator stalk would be on the other side, and this is a Japanese imported car and it's on the other side. Why they do that, I don't know. Anyway, I'm rambling. Here we go. So, we are now technically in the Tomb of the Kings area. We are to the rear of various resorts that face down to the Tomb of the Kings main avenue. So that's your focal point. And we're going to keep on going, and you're going to get to see some roads that, of course, you've never been on before. Anyway, back to King James, King Karina, and of course the one and only Miss, well, she's not a miss, she's a princess, Princess Darling. So a big, big shout out to you, and we wish you another 20 years and more. Obviously 20 years is a very, very big number indeed, and we understand that there's a little princess in the middle there as well, so you're going to be together for at least another 1,000 years, that's for sure. So a big, big shout out to you all the way up in Bonnie, Scotland, and hopefully you're going to jet on down to Paphos in the summer, and guess what, we're going to Chuchka dance our way down the Cape of Paphos promenade and harbour area together. And of course, we will have the model, the Marika and me model, Princess Darling, and she will be modelling the life out of the Marika and me baseball caps, the t-shirts, and of course the sunglasses. Talking about models, we've got a man on a treadmill. His name is Mr. Allen, and he likes to wear a Marika and me baseball cap. Cat? No, not cat. Don't wear a cat on your head, do you, Alan? But he does like cats. He does like cats. We know that. I think he's got 4 cats, if I remember rightly. So he's very, very similar to ourselves. And talking about the cats, by the way, you know, if you're worried about them in the Paphos harbour, we go down. Well, most days we go down, but sometimes it's every other day. But as you've noticed, whenever we catch them on camera, they are certainly not starving, because it's not just us. There are 2 or 3 other people who very kindly go down and make sure that Jello and his friends get a good hearty meal every single day. And talking about the harbour, 6 weeks to 8 weeks now, it will reboot and come back better, faster and stronger than it ever was before. Look over yonder, what do you see? The blue, 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 blue Mediterranean Sea. Spectacular day today, by the way. It's well, it's the kind of day that takes your breath away. It's as if, I was going to say spring, but I think it's early summer has arrived. I mean, the sky, it's blue. The sea, it's blue. Mr. Paul is dressed head to toe in blue. All it's actually missing is you. So come on, get yourself on a big bird or a canoe and start paddling like crazy. And of course, if your name is Miss Nessie, she's the girl that's in the back office of the kitchen, she would say, with Miss Vivian, cooking up all the cakes. And we're having a red velvet cake, by the way. That was made for us by Miss Vivian to celebrate the Valentine's event, and of course cheesecake and cupcakes and all that kind of thing. So Queen Karina and Princess Darling, we've had 2 special cupcakes commissioned for you. One is called the Darling and one is called the Karina. There we are. And of course we can't forget my cousin. We've got one called the James as well. There we are. Feast your eyes and digest and let us know how tasty they are. So we're coming towards the end of the Tomb of the Kings Avenue, and slowly but surely we are going to enter the area is called Mortabulus. I think that's how you say it, but what it means is slowly we are going to come into Lower Clorica. Okay, so if you're a local, you know exactly where I am. If you're just watching on YouTube, well, we're coming out of Paphos town and we're going to go in towards Lower Clorica. That's the Aspire private British school on my left. So if you are relocating to Paphos and you've got some littlies, well, that could be the perfect school for them. Got a fantastic reputation, a very, very good curriculum, and people go on from there to great heights indeed. Multicultural, by the way, and multinational, and they teach through the medium of English, because of course we all understand that English is the language of the world. Big shout out to Mr. Doug up there in Scotland as well, and a big shout out to Kath and to Stephen, who are all the way up in there in Inverness. Good morning to you. And there's many superstars, by the way. You know, we've got the one and only Lady so sweet Caroline. I'm sure she is hanging on to her memory foam cushion for dear life, and just before she did that, she poured her partner in crime and a great friend of mine, Lord Nigel Big Guns, a little bit of a top up just to make sure that his bottom does not feel the pain of all these potholes and all that kind of thing, if you understand. So technically now we're in Lower Clorica. Over onto the left, you could probably see some villas there down by the beach. So Clorica's got quite a nice beach area, and you can park up in a car if you don't live there and go for a stroll, and you can have a look out across the blue Mediterranean Sea and take your breath away. Whether the weather is chopsy mopsy or whether it's ultra calm like today, the view you get is truly spectacular. It's like living in paradise every single day of the year. Now, talking about paradise, like I said, there's many places along this route, and as we come down here, you've got a holiday resort on our right hand side, but I've never known what it's called because there's no sign actually up. You've got the Pentaris Taverna on the left there. That's, well, you can get a Sunday lunch there, but it specialises in events like weddings and christenings and that kind of thing, special birthday parties, I think you understand. Coming over here, you've got the Premier Electrical Store. I think the name gives it away. So if you want to go and buy a rampant rabbit or an electric toothbrush, similar idea, aren't they, that kind of thing, that's where you'd go. And then on this left hand side, you've got the Refresh 24-hour kiosk, but to be honest, it's more like a supermarket. If you want a coffee, well, you've got Coffee Me. Again, the name suggests that it probably is a coffee shop, and as you can see, it's always busy. Now this is the Clorica Crossroads coming up. If you were to go left, you would go straight into the foyer of the St George Hotel in Clorica, which is a luxury 4-star beachside hotel. Again, if you go hunting back in our back catalogue or pop it into the search bar, St George Hotel, Marika and me, up of course it will come. If you would go right, you would go up into Clorica Village. Just in front, you've got the Leonardo Lara Beach and Splash Resort. Again, we've not stormed that hotel yet, but if you're going to stay there, you let us know your names, when you're going to come. We're going to have a little mosey on down and put your name on it, shall we say. So coming up here now is where a lot of people are familiar that if you book into these hotels, you get a truly spectacular sunset. There's dispute over whether the sunset view from this area, which of course is sort of Lower Clorica, Lower Cassoniga, but many people will say that this has a better sunset than anywhere else in the Paphos district. Of course, that's your opinion, but I would say it is a spectacular view as you watch the sunset out over yonder, beyond Coral Bay. So, we are in Lower Cassoniga, that's where we are, and we're going to wiggle and waggle a bit further, and slowly but surely the road will open up and you're going to get a great view across the blue Mediterranean Sea just before we descend into Peyia. Now, on a note of how is the channel funded, if you understand, YouTube doesn't pay us very much, and someone has to put the petrol in the tank, and someone has to buy the coffees, and oh, there we go. So if you click through to our About page, there is a little icon that says buy me a coffee. So if you really do like what you see, please consider whether you would like to buy us a coffee or two, and of course that is what we will convert into cash and pop into the tank and continue to drive around and make videos that hopefully you find enjoyable. And if you want us to go somewhere extra special, well, you let us know and we'll see what we can do. So, where are we? We're coming into Lower Cassoniga. Well, that's my understanding anyway. These districts, if you understand, all blend into one. But my understanding that this is Lower Cassoniga. To the left-hand side, you've got the 5 Waves Beach Villas. So if you're wondering where they are, that's where they are. 5 Waves Beach Villas. And over here, you've got the Golden Beach Antica Hotel, which changed its name a few years ago. So there's confusion, but that's where that hotel is. You've got the Harmony Restaurant across the road to it on the right-hand side. And then this is the Cassoniga Crossroads coming up. And there's a parade of shops and restaurants and some more luxury villas being built. That's a supermarket, IKEA Gora. if you're bringing your dog with you, if your name is Miss Dawn, Mr. Sean, and you're bringing Bobo, perhaps Daisy, you've got House of Paws over there, so they'll all groom them up and put ribbons in them and that kind of stuff. And if you're wondering what the temperature is, Miss Dawn, it's about 18 degrees today. So second week of February, that's not too bad. And well, you can see the sky. This is the odd cloud, but to be honest, it does look rather spectacular indeed. So at these crossroads, if you go left, you would go down to the Cynthiania Hotel, and there's a couple of tavernas on the actual beachfront. And if you were to go right, you would go up into the main area of Casoniga. Again, we've got another parade of shops coming up either side: a supermarket, coffee shop, gift shops, marine divers, all those kind of things. So there's an awful lot for you to see, and there's an awful lot of things for you to do. Another hotel complex resort coming up on the left, and that is the Atlantica Mare Village Paphos. And that's a spectacular resort. We have tried to enter it twice, and on both occasions they have asked us to leave. There we go. Their security are very, very good indeed. So perhaps if you're going to stay there, perhaps you would like to invite us in and escort us around, and you could be our special security guards on that day, shall we say. I want to do another shout out to some absolute superstars, and they've got a friend, and he's a fabulous mechanic and a fabulous car bodywork man. He's retired now, but he still carries all of that knowledge in his head. So big shout out to you, Mr. Sean Broad, and thank you very much for the coffees and the contribution to the channel. And of course, the big shout out to your friend Sir Richard. Yeah, he's already a knight, because the amount of things he is doing to help the channel Marika and me grow is, well, unbelievable, and we truly thank him from the bottom of our hearts. And of course, his beautiful partner in crime, shall we say, the one and only Julie Nash. Absolute stars. They came to Paphos, well, it's 3 or 4 weeks ago now. Time goes, doesn't it? And we had a great time with them indeed. And I made a new friend as well, Mr. Leo. I keep saying my little mate Leo, but he's not that little. He's as big as me. And I understand probably he's going to outgrow me, but I'm pretty sure that Leo and myself are going to be friends for a long time indeed, as me and Richard, and of course Miss Julie as well. So a big shout out to you. And we always carry you on the back seat, and we always carry you in our hearts if you are ever wondering. And we appreciate every single thing that you are doing to help the channel grow. And the website looks fantastic. The merchandise again looks fantastic. And well, what can I say? We're truly humbled that people want to help and that people want to get involved with the channel. And if anyone's got any ideas, let us know, and we'll work on them together. And like I say, we're not greedy people. If an idea makes some money, we're not bothered. 50% can go to you and 50% can come to us. We're not people who are trying to keep all of the funding, shall we say. We like to, well, we're a family channel. That's what we are. And we hope that everyone who watches us gets involved and drops a comment. All we ask is to keep it clean and to be friendly. And again, if you want to cheer up amongst yourselves, please do. We've got Nessie and Justine. They live out in Shropshire. They don't live far apart from each other, but now and again they cheer up on together. So a big shout out to you, my JJ Tonic, Miss Justine, and of course to my good Baron #1, who's probably wiggling his rear end in his blue BMW in the North Shropshire lanes. And don't forget, there's a man called Andrew hunting you down in the Black Beast as they wiggle and waggle around the lanes of North Shropshire and into Wales now and again, because Nessie wants to practice her Welsh. What's that channel called on YouTube? What's it called? Nessie and Andy's UK Travels and Beyond. Pop Nessie and Andy's Travels into the YouTube search bar, and guess what? You're going to watch him hunt down Mr. Andy in his blue BMW. I'm tongue twisted, by the way, but I find it tickling, I find it entertaining, and I'm sure if you stick with them, that channel is going to go to new heights, that's for sure. Now, where are we? We have descended into downtown Peyia. If you were to go left, just over yonder, you'd do the Coral Bay Strip. If you were to go right, you'd go up into lower Peyia and then up towards Peyia Village. We're going to go straight over, and and we're going to come past what is known as the Paphos supermarket. Of course, he's now branched out. He sells furniture. He's got his own diner. I think you get the idea. If you come into downtown Peyia and you want something, if you pop into this building over here on the right hand side with the big sign in orange with blue letters saying Paphos, you're going to find pretty much everything you can want. That's Phil's diner, which is his, and then to the rear of that building is a place called Phil's Home. It's not his home, but I think you understand it sells everything for your home. So I'm going to say thanks for watching, and we'll let the video fade out. Oh, and that's the Coral Star restaurant on the left hand side. Thanks for watching.